Since you joined this party that I feel like I've lost control of everything.
Holly-chan. Nanigaski.
Yeah?
Does no one know the meme?
I don't.
No.
Perfect. No one knows the meme. Oh!
I'm sorry, Cow. No one knows. We're off to
kind of funny, though.
We're off to a
It sounded
great
like a
start.
band trip.
Fucking A, Pinky!
How much did he send this time?
Let's see. How many is that so far? We've got 10. 10 so far, just this stream. We haven't even started yet. I appreciate it, Pinky. I really do. I mean it when I say that. But also, Jesus Christ,
so
we haven't even started. We're going to go ahead and just move on to the desktop real quick. We are going to do some tier lists. And we have a couple of tier lists that we have tonight.
I want to explain the meme.
Yeah.
I wanted to just to explain the meme.
Yes.
It's like there's this song from the anime Love Live.
Ah.
Where there are like three characters listing their favorite ice cream flavors. And I figured if there's any person in this call who would know this meme other than me, it would have been Chloe. That's why I started with her first.
Ah.
But it was a gamble.
The only thing I know about Love Live is Snow Halation. So
yes.
Snow
Halation.
Which by the way also has one of my I'm gonna move some stuff around. There we go. Okay. Which has my favorite like meme video, like crossover song video on the internet, which is Snow Halation, but Shoddy's like a melody in my head. Oh my
Yes.
god. That's another 5. Thank you, Pinky. We're up to 15 now.
Mel, aren't you going to just post the link to the thing in the chat so you don't have to chug your computer streaming it?
We're gonna try this tonight. We're gonna try it. We're gonna see what happens. If it doesn't happen, if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out, and we'll just go back to what we usually do. But I'm gonna try it for this one.
We'll have to pay for the explosion that happens when the computer burns up.
To be fair, if Mel if we do a couple more of these tier list streams, Mel might just have enough to get at least a new processor for her computer.
See, that'd be nice. The problem is I'm trying to save money for the Nintendo Switch 2, which is already going to be really expensive by itself.
Oh, honey, let me help you.
Don't even.
No. I'll be able to pay for it myself. It's fine. But like, yeah.
Will you?
That was not a request to help. I'm like,
who knows what price it'll be at the end of the week.
Well, that's true.
Bless your heart.
However, I got a pretty decent tax return this year. I should be fine.
Oh hell yeah!
All right, so we have 2 tier lists tonight that we have lined up. We have this one here, which is just a tier. Oh my god, a tier list of recent video game movies and their adaptations and everything like that. So it's just a short, nice little list to get us into the swing of things. We also have this list here, which is just listing every like license plate from every U.S. state, and we're going to be ranking their designs. Those are the 2 that we have ready to go tonight, anyway.
Okay.
I
see 2 of my favorite on this list.
I was actually going to ask if I may join on this tier listing tonight. Not tonight. We're just going to keep it to this little group right here tonight. We were trying things last time. We're trying some other things this time. We're seeing what works. Tonight we're just gonna try just this little group for now. That being said, feel free, chat, to post your opinions in the chat, and we'll
yeah, don't worry.
We will take it into consideration.
I'm looking in chat.
Yeah.
I'm looking in chat. I'll see when you type chat. In chat, I'll see you. So.
Pinky says, I spent my tax return. Guess on what I spent it on. I'm going to assume gift subs for people in various different Twitch channels.
Wow.
Oh man.
Truly a heart of gold.
This is, I guess the more of an appropriate opportunity than any. Please watch my streams whenever I stream, because I'm so close to affiliate.
Oh yes.
And then I may sup upon the teat that is Pinky Ryu.
There we go. There we go. Go ahead.
Joke.
I'm gonna shout out Cal there. There you go. Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
I wish I could get into those games. I really do.
Yeah.
Anyway, video game movies. It's not a complete list. It's not a total list or anything. But it is a list nonetheless, and we are here to tier it.
Wait, speaking of Monster Hunter, isn't that one on this list?
It is not on this list. I keep forgetting that the Monster Hunter movie happened, and I would like to keep it that way.
Okay.
I've not seen it, but I've heard it's not good.
We can talk about it after we finish this tier list.
Yes, I do also. We'll see what happens. But there may be the addition of a haven't watched, because there's at least one on here that I have not seen. Okay. Flint and Steel. All right, so we're gonna start things off strong with the recent the Super Mario Brothers movie by Illumination Entertainment.
Sorry, I'm still getting over the $4,000 that I saw in the chat.
Jesus Christ!
It was on one channel.
Oh my god!
What?
That's as much as that.
Oh, that's right. You were saying something about that, where you were like, you spend so much on gift subs that your bank paused your card or something like that. Oh that's
gosh.
insane.
Pinky, you have a problem.
Yeah.
I don't even know what kind of problem you would classify this as.
All right.
Too charitable.
All right,
But
so
it feels like whatever gamblers have.
Rav says, I watched this one pirated and it was pretty good. Mario movie was good. I agree. The Mario movie was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
There's
It
an
was-
interesting comparison that I will bring up later when we get down the line a little bit, but I will say
Yeah.
that I quite enjoyed the Super Mario Brothers movie.
It's pretty good.
It's the double. It's like this is the video game movie where it's the audience is mainly kids and their parents that is taking them, but this is the one where both parent and kid can enjoy it.
And I
Well,
think
it's Mario.
part of that is that it's Mario, and Mario's existed for the last 40 years, you know? So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Adults-
no,
adults
no,
will get a
Raph.
kick
Unfortunately,
out of-
no original OG Mario movie here.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is a more recent list.
Yeah.
But yes, so this Mario movie is really is an interesting like little piece of pop culture because this franchise has existed for so long that kids who grew up with it when it first came out are having kids now, and
Mhm.
Yes.
this franchise is made for kids and has been a consistent staple of pop culture for the last 40 years. And so
Yeah.
you have all of these different generations of people all with, you know, Mario Bros having been in their lives. And so you do get that kind of like cross-generational appreciation that
Yeah.
you don't really get with a lot of other franchises. And I think
even if
Now,
Oh.
a
even
question
if like
I
the
have.
parent who's taking their kid, even if they don't know anything about Mario, it was still an enjoyable movie for them, in my opinion.
yes, it does suffer a little bit from the needle drops. I do wish that they had used some more of Brian Tyler's excellent score, which is
Yeah.
you can listen to on the soundtrack. There's some really good stuff in there. Lots of little nods to Nintendo music from across the years. There's one
Yeah.
there's one little bit where it's the scene where they're building the carts and they're about to go out on Rainbow Road, and the song that plays is like the character select screen from Mario Kart DS or Mario Kart Wii or one of the Mario Kart games. It's just a
Oh,
really
wow.
really cool little nod, you know.
That's nice.
And this movie is full of that stuff, and I wish they had done more of it, but they threw in a couple of needle drops, and that's like my one
I think
big
Yeah.
I think that like
complaint with it.
if I can I'm usually the spectacle watcher,
Mhm.
but if I put on a different pair of spectacles, that being the more cynical spectacles,
Mhm.
this movie is definitely again made for kids.
Oh, 100%.
And
Yeah.
I'm curious that what other people in the general audience that maybe are a little older, what they would think of this movie writing wise. I'm trying to go through all of the story beats of this movie and figure out, okay, what's happening and how do we get from point A to point B.
I think with Mario, it's an
feels
interesting.
complete.
Yeah, with Mario though, it's an interesting thing because like outside of the RPGs, like Mario games don't really have too complicated of a story. It's Peach gets kidnapped, Bowser did it, go beat Bowser, right?
Yes.
I do like the subversion that Luigi is the one that gets kidnapped in this movie, and they have to go rescue him instead of Peach.
I agree.
I think that's really funny. Also, say what you want about the casting, but like the two standouts in this movie are obviously Jack Black as Bowser, but also Charlie Day as Luigi was a really,
Yes.
really good cast.
Underrated. Like
Yeah.
no,
Very underrated
not
cast.
Well, yes, underrated, but also there just wasn't enough screen time. I was very like
I want to see.
disappointed.
I would love to see like a Luigi's Mansion movie, but with Charlie Day still
Yes.
as Luigi. You know.
Yeah.
Charlie Day has talked about
Absolutely.
how he would want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it made like $1 billion. How come they're not doing another one?
Well, they haven't said that they're doing another one. I don't think. But
I know that's what I'm saying. Like, it made $1 billion.
they have talked
I can
about.
see I could see Illumination making one and putting it on Netflix. I could see it.
They have announced that they're doing a live action Zelda movie, so we'll see how that one goes. But like,
Oh.
yeah. But yeah, no. Overall, a decent movie. I'd put it at like an
Starring
A.
Tom
A tier.
Holland as Link.
No.
Listen.
Yeah.
Unironically, my casting choice for Link is Timothy Chalamet.
Oh gosh.
He's
Who's
twinky
Zelda?
enough; he could pull it off. Haven't
He's
decided
ugly.
that one yet. Anyway, we move on from Mario to Mario's biggest rival in the '90s, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh boy. The
B.
first one?
Yes.
The first one is so fun.
Yeah.
It's
I-
fun. It's just not a
It's
Sonic
not a little
story.
bare bones.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, here's my thing, and I can't talk about this one without talking about all three Sonics.
hmm
The one thing I appreciate about the Sonic movies is as you go through 1, 2, and 3, you get less humans and more Sonic.
hmm
So it's like as you go along,
That's what
there-
should have happened with Transformers.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
should know people. So for me, my enjoyment goes up quite a bit each installment because there's less people, there's more Sonic characters, and there's less interaction from all the other if there's gonna be humans, at least make them make them
Yeah.
relevant to the plot, not just some random Suna that just happens to be in there.
Now that
Also,
I will
in
say
ch-
that is
in
kind of
chat.
a rose and a thorn for Sonic 2, but I'll get into that. Cal, you were saying something?
In chat, Jimmy is like, Cal talking shit about the Bayformers movies. Bold. You know for a fact, Jimmy, I love every one of those movies except for the ones by except the last two that may or may not exist.
I actually hate that.
The only
That's
two
fair.
Transformers movies in my mind are Transformers the movie from the 80s and Transformers 1.
What about
Yeah.
Bumblebee?
And Bumblebee. Bumblebee is also pretty good.
I
Anyway,
hear you, Jimmy.
so Josiah, you were saying like there's less human shit happening in each installment, and it's more
Yeah.
Sonic as the series goes on. That's something that's interesting about Sonic 2 in particular to me, right? Is you have that whole subplot of like the marriage thing happening,
Yeah.
right? And how it
Mhm.
turns
Yeah,
out
the wedding.
the wedding, and how it turns out that the guy she's marrying is actually a gun agent.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
At
Um,
least that's semi-plot relevant.
it's at least semi-plot relevant, but I
Yeah.
will say that there were moments watching that movie, because I saw all three of these movies when they came out, like in theaters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the one thing about Sonic 2 that always bugged me a little bit, was that, because even with Sonic 1, you could make the argument of, oh, the studio is just trying to do like a movie with Sonic the Hedgehog in it, not necessarily a Sonic movie. We've seen
Yeah.
that song and
Yeah.
dance before, I get it, kind of thing. With Sonic 2, they're trying to push the more Sonic stuff. So you get the addition of Tails and Knuckles, you get the Master Emerald, you get, Super Sonic, you get the Death
Yep.
Egg Robot, all of that.
Yeah.
But then you have these scenes that feel like it came out of a Bridezilla's movie.
Yeah.
And
Now I will say, the wedding scenes were mildly entertaining.
they were still
Mildly.
They were still mildly entertaining, but every time the wedding scenes came, right up until the guy shows up and he's like, "We're actually with Gunn," that's when I kind of sat up in my seat a little bit. But for the most part, watching those scenes, I was like, "Okay, so when are we gonna get back to Sonic and Tails?"
Yep. Well, and my second time viewing each of those movies, the human parts are just skipped over.
Yeah,
Like I just go skip.
Except for Eggman.
but Sonic 3.
No, Sonic 3 is truly the pinnacle of the trilogy so far, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to
Agreed.
see what they do with the fourth one, especially since Eggman is
You think?
dead.
Eggman
at some
is
point-
dead. It's now
you think at some
just
point do you think at some point there's gonna be like, oh, he's not dead? Do you think at some point there's gonna be like
It's
sort of time skip where like he's older and like he's ready to leave and like go out into the world.
I
Into,
actually
like the world meaning the world outside of Earth, the Earth dimension.
I actually fully expect there to be time travel in the next one because, spoiler alert for the post-credit scene for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, you get the tease of Metal Sonic and Amy. Do you know what game Sonic, Metal Sonic and Amy both come from?
Sonic CD, right?
Sonic CD. The whole plot of Sonic CD was time travel. I have a feeling time travel will happen at some point in Sonic 4. Or if not, we're at least going to get Amy and Metal Sonic, and I'm going to be okay with that because I love Amy, and Metal is pretty cool.
Yeah. I was pretty upset they only introduced one extra technically two, but realistically only one extra Sonic character in the third movie. I was like, where's the rest of them? It's been 3 movies!
They were too cowardly to put Rouge the Bat in the movie.
I cannot wait for Rouge the Bat.
They need so many more characters, though. Like,
No.
it's Sonic.
But here's the thing, right? Is if you get time travel, that means you also get Blazing Silver.
All I'm gonna say is Cream and Big have to be in it now. There's no excuse.
Yeah, like, come on. It's fucking Sonic. Where is everybody?
I would love to see, like, a subplot of Vanilla and Cream trying to pass themselves off as human. They're just trying to live a normal life, trying to keep everyone from realizing the fact that they're actually rabbits. I think that would be really funny.
No.
Anyway, I would put.
Oh yeah, I guess Vanilla would be there too, huh?
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna have Cream, you're gonna have Vanilla, and if you're gonna have Vanilla, you're also gonna have Vector.
Imagine Vanilla going to the bank to try to get a loan for a house. Vanilla the rabbit at a bank. All right, so we kind of want enough for a small ranch house.
Hello, Enigma. Also, hi, Mild. Yeah. So
how I would rank these,
yeah.
Honestly, this is my personal pick.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3, BAS.
I was thinking the same thing. I was genuinely thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I agree.
So, B, A, and then
S.
I also.
It's not the best, but it's really damn good. I loved it.
I also love Keanu Reeves. I am biased on this front. I love that man.
Yeah.
And he did a really good Shadow the Hedgehog.
He did a really.
I thought he did great.
And oh my god, every time I hear the song that plays during the flashbacks with Shadow and Maria, like it's the whole instant like knife to the heart, you know.
I love the detail that Maria's the one who came up with Live and Learn.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so good.
The fact that Maria was the one who liked roller skating, and that's why Shadow runs like he's roller skating with his jet boots, is because he learned it from Maria. I'm so
Yeah.
It's been a really good year for Shadow the Hedgehog. Last year was between
for Sonic in general.
Well, for Sonic in general, but also for Shadow specifically. Like you had Sonic 3, which was a really good movie, and then you also had Shadow Generations, which is at this point my favorite Sonic game.
You want to know what I didn't realize about Sonic Superstars? They released just a whole new character in that game.
Yeah, they
like a lizard. I didn't even know that she existed. I forgot her name though.
Okay.
Something.
Lizard. The only one I can think of offhand is Espio.
She's like apparently this like a guardian of like the MacGuffin in that game, like Knuckles is, and like Knuckles had a comic where he was like trying to mentor her, and I really hope she somehow shows up in IDW because that would be really cool.
Pinky is asking, so is Shadow and Amy a thing? No, but there is a meme that's going around. It's a friendship. There is a meme that's going around that they're both fans of Sabrina Carpenter.
I said crack ship, so
yes,
that's what I said.
Yeah, that is my one detraction with the third movie is like they kill off quote unquote Sonic. I mean not Sonic, Shadow and Eggman. It's like
Except Shadow's still
I-
around. There was
I-
that post-credit scene.
Also, Eggman's not dead. I'm standing on this. He's not dead.
But will they be able to get Jim Carrey?
That's the thing.
Yes,
That's the thing that makes me
he
think
loves
that
playing Eggman.
that's
he
that's
loves
the thing
playing
that makes
Eggman.
me question if they're gonna get Eggman, because he said he was retired after Sonic 2, and
And then came back for Sonic 3.
For Sonic 3.
And so I say he loves playing Eggman. He will do it probably until he dies.
He also played
Oh.
he also played more than enough characters in this movie to last for 2 movies. So,
Yeah.
because let's not forget, he also played Gerald Robotnik. And that is an interesting thing about Sonic 3 is Gerald in the movie and Gerald in the games are 2 very different characters.
Yeah.
They are almost not the same character except in name. But yeah. Anyway,
Like in the games, doesn't he still try to some way get a revenge by just like having the
Oh, yeah.
entire-
he
Absolutely.
does, but he's a
Explode.
lot more cunning about it. He's not like a comic character. He's not like a cartoon
Yeah.
villain in the
Yeah.
games. The way Eggman is, you know.
Yeah, but but I don't know. It just makes sense because Eggman is also just so fucking off the wall sometimes.
Isn't he also
Like-
dead in the game? Or no?
Oh, Gerald.
Uh,
Yeah,
Gerald, I
Gerald-
think did die in the games.
yeah, Gerald.
Yeah.
Because he's like fucking 70
Okay.
years old.
Also, the fucking way they killed Gerald in the movie is so funny.
Yeah,
Truly-
it's
Truly
yeah.
fit. It just it fits so well.
The-
Food.
Like
God.
everyone in the theater
Super good.
like started howling. The happened.
Funny.
right.
Okay.
Speaking of
we gotta move on because
I was gonna say-
if we never do, we never do.
speaking
Oh,
of
did-
getting zapped to death, Detective
Did-
Pikachu.
Did we add a
Oh,
list?
man,
Did we add a tier where it was, we haven't seen it?
I was gonna get there. I was gonna get there
Okay.
when we
Yeah.
get there. Yeah. So next up is Detective
Oh my
Pikachu.
God.
I assume
Peak.
though that
Like Ralph
Colleen,
said,
you have
peak.
not seen
I'm
Detective
biased.
Pikachu.
I have not seen Detective Pikachu.
Okay, that's okay.
I'm gonna agree with
I
Rav on
haven't-
this one.
so
This movie
good.
is peak. This movie is so unserious with
They-
itself.
They adapted. If they had to adapt any Pokemon, Pokemon game, it would have to be one of the best games, best side games in the franchise.
Yes, Detective Pikachu. So the basic plot of it is there's this kid named Tim, and he does not want to be a Pokemon trainer. And he's like by himself. His dad mysteriously vanished. And he gets called up to move to a place called Rhyme City. And in Rhyme City, you know, battling is forbidden. People don't do Pokemon battles or anything like that. But there is, so it's this kind of place where people in Pokemon can like live in harmony, right? Kind of thing. And it turns out there's a conspiracy behind Tim's father's disappearance, and he's got to figure out what's going on. Wherein he meets a talking Pikachu, who is a detective, much like his father was. Foreshadowing. Yeah, they have to work together to figure out this big conspiracy. They meet another character who's like a news reporter. She has a Psyduck as her Pokemon partner, and they go and uncover this big conspiracy theory. The guy that played one of the characters from the D&D movie, and he was in Jurassic World.
Justice Smith.
Justice Smith, yes, he plays Tim in the movie.
Yes.
The girl who plays Lucy ended up playing what's her name in Quantumania?
I know you're
Scott's
Cassie?
daughter, Cassie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's who plays Lucy in this, and she's the news reporter. And Bill Nye is like the CEO of this big like science company.
Yeah.
That was
And
Bill Nye.
not Bill Nye the Science Guy, Bill Nye, the guy that played Davy Jones
Bill
in the Pirates of
Nye
the Caribbean
the
movies.
Huh.
So you see, kids, when dealing
That
with a
must get-
Pikachu,
That must get confusing.
It is. But yes, so it's a really good movie. They really did a good job of translating the designs of the Pokemon into this more realistic, like live action
I-
world.
100% agree.
I mean, you can see Pikachu right here. He looks great.
Robin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rav in chat. We cannot forget Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime does exist. To be
Yes.
fair, trying to translate Mr. Mime into a live action setting was always going to be tough, and I love the fact that they just went full on with, yeah, this guy's a fucking creep.
I love the fact that, like, so like Mr. Mime in his design has like red balls on his shoulders.
Mhm.
I love that they chose the text they chose was like a grade school dodgeball. They
Yeah.
had that texture on those. That's so funny.
It's really funny.
It makes me think that he literally is just wearing dodgeballs on his arm.
There's this
Great.
great scene where they're interrogating a Mr. Mime for information, but of course, because he's a mime, he can't speak. So he's like, they're having to like pantomime the interrogation out of him. And the way they finally get him to talk is by pantomiming them pouring gasoline around
Yeah.
his chair and then like lighting a match. And then at the end of the interview, or the interrogation, Tim like lets go of the match. He like forgets that he's like doing that, and the Mr. Mime pantomime's getting burned to death.
And it's a
So
and
dumb.
I've never seen Mr. Mime again, mind you.
And keep in mind that Mr. Mime has the ability to make all of the mime shit real, which means that Mr. Mime probably did actually burn.
We need a, no, does that mean we need dead meat to do a kill count for Detective Pikachu?
To be fair, the kill count in Detective Pikachu
We-
is
we-
1, and it is that
One.
specific Mr. Mime. But yeah,
So Tim just kills a Pokemon.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
What really made me happy with that movie was because Lucy's partner Pokemon is a Psyduck. My mom's favorite Pokemon is Psyduck, and so when we went to go see
Hell
this,
yeah.
because we went to go see this movie, it was
Then-
me,
then-
my
then
mom.
She probably loves Pokemon Concierge, huh?
I don't know that she's seen it yet, but yeah. So
Yeah, thought again.
we went to go see it. It was my little brother, it was me, it was my mom, and my grandma. And my grandma knows nothing about Pokemon. My mom knows just enough that her favorite Pokemon is Psyduck. And my brother and I, we were having fun just playing Who's That Pokemon the whole time watching the movie. We're like, oh, that one's there's Greninja, that's really cool, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
Bro,
do
Greninja looks terrifying in that movie.
they do the thing where Psyduck like does the psychic blast when he gets a headache. And I'm sure that was very gratifying for my
Yes.
mother, because that's the reason that her favorite Pokemon is Psyduck, is because Psyduck gets headaches all the time and releases like psionic waves with it. Because she related to getting migraines at the time.
Because your mother's obviously a known psychic.
Yes,
Also,
and she is. We need kill count shorts for movies that have a death. It would be funny to highlight. Yeah, just the one single, like, here's the kill count of Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Number 1, this Mr. Mime. All right, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, Detective Pikachu. That's going in SSS Peaches.
it's definitely going. Yeah, 100%. Pokemon Game Freak has its little clutches around my throat constantly.
Yeah. Genuinely, just a really fun movie. Ryan Reynolds plays Pikachu. It's really cool. Yeah.
It's better than you think.
I wasn't sure what to expect, but I came out of that movie very satisfied with having seen it. All right, so next up is Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm gonna say this: I know nothing about Five Nights at Freddy's. I quite enjoyed this movie.
It was pretty good.
I don't know the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Then you would hate this movie because this movie does. Oh,
I didn't mind the movie.
Time to talk about this, I guess.
Mhm.
So, obviously, this movie isn't 100% accurate to the
No.
story. The only
No.
accurate thing in this story is that guy gets a job at place, stay 5 nights, basically.
Yeah.
But like, and they barely stick to that.
They don't really, because
Yeah.
it's he learns as the movie progresses and like how to satiate the animatronics and everything. I think it is a really good way to turn what is a very simple game at the end of the day, simple in terms of gameplay. I'm not even gonna try
Yeah.
delving into the lore. What is a very simple game at the end of the day? They did a really good job of adapting it into a story-based movie.
Yes.
Again, I know fuck all about the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's. I do not give a shit.
like on to give A24 credit, they had to adapt Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes.
Despite we it was never going to be what anyone ever wanted. They had to do
Yeah.
what they could.
I will
Because
say,
unfortunately, Scott Cawthon is not a good writer.
no, he's not. I've also heard he's not a great person in general, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Who?
Scott Cawthon, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah.
So, one thing that I really did enjoy about this movie is that all of the animatronics are like real things. They're not like CGI
Yes.
creatures. They were made
Yeah.
by the Jim Henson Company, which is the funniest sentence that I could think of. Is
Yes.
Jim Henson Company did the Five Nights at Freddy's animatronics.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. But yeah, so there is that. And then on top of that, like just the acting in general is really good. Josh Hutcherson does a really good job as the main character. I do have to take this moment to bring up when we all saw it the first time together. I know Cal, you were there for this. I was not aware of who Matthew Lillard was playing.
Yes.
All I knew is that he was in the movie. That is all I knew, that he was in the movie.
Was it Morgan?
I'm gonna say it. He played that part really well.
Oh, and he did.
Like,
And he did.
It was fantastic.
Didn't we watch it in Call in the Eel Gang?
We did watch it in Call in the Eel Gang server. Yes, so what happened was...
Morgan was there though, right?
Yes, I believe they were.
We were dying. We were dying when you found out.
We get about halfway through the movie, and I'm like, hey guys, I think Matthew Lillard's character is supposed to be William Afton. And everyone else goes, yeah, we know. And I'm like, I didn't fucking know. I was paying attention to the cast. All I knew is that he was in this movie.
About halfway
Yeah.
through,
We know.
it became about halfway through. It became really apparent that you didn't know. I don't know if I was one of the first ones to realize it, so I had to like feign ignorance until the scene dropped, and I'm like, no,
I really didn't
I
know
love
that
you,
he
but
was
how
playing.
do you not know?
Because okay, I want you to hear me out on this one. You watch this movie without that knowledge, and like he does a really good job of not making that obvious, right? Because he just plays like he just plays like the guy that gives Josh Hutcherson's character a job, right? Like he's like, you know, he's this character. It's not very obvious. I think they even give him a different name, if I recall. It's not very obvious that he's
give him
William
all
Afton
different
if you're
names.
watching this movie for the first time without the knowledge that he is playing that specific character. But we get about halfway through the movie, and he keeps saying some really weird, suspicious stuff, and that's what clicked in my brain. That was like, oh, I think this is the purple guy, right? And
Yeah.
but everyone
Gosh,
else
I
knew
hope they
because
actually
apparently
make
they
him purple
announced
in
it, and
the
I just
next
never
movie.
saw that.
I think it's
I hope they actually make him purple in the next movie. That'd
That
be
would be
so
really
funny.
No, he's
Yeah.
gonna be Springtrap in the next movie. Anyway, good movie. I'm gonna put it in. I'd say S tier, honestly.
Yeah, I was a follow up,
Mhm.
kind of like as the last tidbit that I thought was kind of nice. It wasn't actually that scary.
Yes.
There were horror moments, but I don't really think it qualified as a horror movie, and I
It's not
appreciate that.
scary at all.
It's not a
Yeah.
scary movie, and that's part of what I like about it is I don't do horror. The one horror movie I actually
It's
like
Five
watching
Nights
is Alien.
It's Five Nights at Freddy's, so
It's also Five Nights at Freddy's, and let's be real, Five Nights at Freddy's started out as a horror thing, but has slowly shifted over time to be
Yeah.
less horror.
Now,
And
Dude,
I
more-
hear that
the
the
Five Nights
second
at
one.
Freddy's jump scares make me laugh more than they make me
Yeah.
startled nowadays.
Now, I hear the
love-
second one's gonna be much, quote unquote, much scarier, which I'm
Yeah.
fine with. I like easing into it if that's what they're gonna do.
Yes.
Whenever I hear the FNAF 2 Foxy jump scare scream, I laugh. It's the funniest. It's so good. I love it. It's so funny. It's never not gonna be funny for me.
All right.
Oh god.
So next up, we've got Angry Birds movies. We got Angry Birds movie and Angry Birds movie 2.
I'm in here. Let me cook, bro. Let me cook.
I have
I
not
haven't
seen
seen these.
either of these movies.
I have.
Both of okay. The second one is a
You
little less
have?
good, but the
I
first
have,
one is very, very good.
I've
love
heard
it. I
good things
agree.
about the Angry Birds movie. Yeah.
I guess I'm also kind of biased because, as you all know, I am the biggest Angry Birds shill known to man.
Yes. We did an entire tier list of Angry Birds solely because Cal wanted to do it.
Forgot about that.
And the only reason I don't have Angry Birds on any of my mobile devices is because I don't have space for it.
Fair enough. So
But I really enjoy Angry Birds, the Angry Birds movie.
all right. So where would you put it then? Because you said Josiah. You said it you saw it as well, right?
Yeah, I've
What
seen
do
it.
you think, Josiah?
The first one, I like. I like the first one more than I like the second one.
That seems
I
to be
don't
a
know.
consensus with this.
I'd put it in B. Wait, B. I don't think it's A tier. I think it's enjoyable, but there are certain parts that are just like immediate detractions. Like, go
The
ahead.
story is literally trolls, so I don't blame you.
There are certain scenes from the first one only that make me laugh so fucking hard.
Is it
I
the
love
first-
them to death. The
Is it-
Terrence scene where she's going over his fucking file gets me every goddamn time because it just like the faintest smile, the slow pan to emergency vehicles and police sirens as she reads it's so good.
They did Terrence so well because it's so accurate
Like
in the games.
in certain scenes, it was like, did a different person take over? Because then in 30 minutes, there's a piss joke. So it's like, what happened? What happened to the guy that did the Terrence scene?
Is
Yeah.
it the first one with the scene with the eagle where it's like, oh, mighty eagle, will you help us? And then the music swells, and then he
No.
looks off in the distance. He goes,
No.
"No."
Yeah,
Oh,
that is.
yeah, the Mighty Eagle. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you know,
ravioli, absolutely, it is. It is straight up. But then of course we get the piss scene, and I'm like, okay, cool. You spent way too long on the joke that they're swapping the water that he pees in.
Mhm.
Cool. But after this, we gotta
Yeah.
watch the Terrence scene. So that's why I put it
Quite
at B
good.
for me.
Is that what
Yeah, I'll accept that. It's
And
it's not the best movie, but I just really like Angry Birds. So
fair enough.
And then C,
Angry Birds
Or
2.
because it's not as good. It's not as good as the first one.
It's not as good because they do they do the thing that all animated movies do whenever they get a sequel. Like, oh, this person needs to get a girlfriend, and it sucks.
Cool.
Although
Yeah.
I will say, the eagle dance off is really funny. it's weirdly good. That's the only good thing about the movie, though.
All right. So
So yeah, C tier.
C tier. All right. Next up is Uncharted.
Oh boy.
This movie only has one good part.
And it's the part where Nolan North shows up for like 30 seconds, if that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even remember anything about this movie. That's how bad this movie is.
I remember
You know what?
they
I don't even
recreated a
know if
lot
it's
of
bad,
moments.
It's just boring.
They recreated a
It's
lot
just
of
really
moments from the
boring.
games. Okay, so I'm gonna be fully honest. I've never played any of the Uncharted games, but I know some of the story beats in some of the games.
Yeah.
Why did they cast Tom Holland as
movie-
Nathan Drake?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, no disrespect to my boy Tom, right? Like, he's a really good actor. And there's a reason he gets cast in a lot of things. He is
Yeah.
not Nathan Drake. He does not have
He's
the
Spider-Man.
I'm not even. Well, yeah, he is Spider-Man. But I'm not even gonna say he should be typecast as like one specific kind of character. But like, he does not have the build of Nathan Drake,
He's
right?
one of those people who just constantly has baby face. He hasn't even grounded his baby face
Yeah.
yet.
I would rather see like Mark Wahlberg, who plays Sully in
It-
this movie. I could see him as Nathan Drake more than I see Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, and I don't even
Yeah,
like Mark Wahlberg that much.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, but Tom Holland's a good person.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
It is true.
I
This
barely
movie
remember
wanted to be
anything.
the mummy. This movie wanted to be the Mummy movie so bad, but it just couldn't. It
It
couldn't nail
didn't.
it.
No, it didn't want to be the Mummy. You know what movie wanted to be the Mummy was Jungle Cruise. This movie wanted to be
Yes.
Indiana Jones.
But see, the difference is, I actually really like Jungle Cruise, The Rock notwithstanding.
I also quite like the Jungle Cruise. That movie wanted to be the Mummy so bad. No,
Yeah.
And to be
Uncharted.
honest, it has the potential to do so. That's all I'm gonna say.
Uncharted wanted to be Indiana Jones. That's what it wanted to be.
Yeah.
There's a distinct difference. Like I know that Dial of Destiny was kind of contentious for a lot of people. I quite liked that movie.
Yeah, I actually didn't
was
mind it at
boring.
all.
But-
To be
but-
honest.
But when
I-
you compare Dial of Destiny to Uncharted, like the Uncharted movie, there's no fucking
Yeah.
contest.
Yeah, 100%.
Dial of Destiny proves that Indiana Jones works as a concept because it is a concept built for film. Uncharted is a concept that could work as a film. In fact, I'd say it probably would work better as a film than as a video game. But because it was born out of video games, there's a lot of like language, like video game language still in that concept that doesn't really
Yeah.
work as well in a live action film setting. That's part of why I'm kind of dreading the live action Zelda movie. Because you want to talk about video games being translated to live action. At least Uncharted is like, very story heavy. It's mostly cutscenes.
Yeah.
Mhm. So yeah, Due to Feces.
Yeah, bad movie. I don't really remember
Yeah.
anything from it. I remember enjoying it while I was watching it, but like the more I think about it, the more I'm like,
Eh.
the more I'm like, that was not a great movie actually.
Yeah.
On second thought, this bitch ugly.
Pretty much. Jungle
Y'all
Cruise is pretty good.
ugly
Can we put it on
face.
this list too?
Uh,
No, because this
hits
list
a
is
dance
video
and
game
then puffs
movies.
into smoke and disappears.
Yeah.
Speaking of dog shit doo-doo ass movies.
Put it in doo-doo feces. No, put it below
yes.
doo-doo feces.
Here's
It's just
the
not
thing
good,
though.
man.
I'm gonna put it in doo-doo feces. However, this movie has been a cultural touchstone, mostly because of how bad it is.
Yes.
I hate how much money it made in so little time.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that I feel like people should watch, so they know how not to make a movie.
Yes.
The first 20
You know
minutes.
what? Okay? Can I talk about something?
Yeah.
I know you want to talk about the beginning, but I want to talk about something that happens near the end.
Okay.
So I don't even care about spoilers. I'm just gonna say it. So Jason Momoa's character dies, and a little bit earlier before that, they're looking at Steve's stash, and in his stash,
Yeah.
he has a totem of undying.
Yep.
Guess what doesn't get used when Jason Momoa dies and comes back?
Not the totem
The
of
totem.
dying.
Not the totem.
No.
of-
Yo,
It
no.
doesn't make any sense.
What they say in the movie happened is that he used Steve's water bucket trick. Not that he used the
Yeah,
totem of
but
undying.
And you want to know how he dies? He gets blown up by Minecraft TNT.
Yeah.
What?
And also, how's the water bucket trick gonna work? When you blew up on a bridge over water, you don't have to use the bucket at that point. You just fall in the water.
Yeah. additionally, like, okay, to give the smallest amount of credit where it's due. If
Okay.
you are in water and an explosion happens, you do take less damage. That's a fact. Because
Yeah.
whenever you're being chased by a creeper who's, I'd say, equivalent to the power of a TNT, you don't take as much damage.
A, you don't take as much
But
damage,
still,
and B, the terrain doesn't get
he was-
damaged when the creeper is
There was
underwater.
a lot of TNT though,
Mhm.
so you know.
Um,
But the total of undying was right there, and it was apparent in the movie
Yeah.
that Jason Momoa has very quick hands because he stole one of Steve's items before.
yeah.
So he could have just said, "Oh, I stole that weird totem that was in the chest." That's all they needed to do, but they couldn't. They didn't clock that.
Nope. No, they
This
didn't.
movie.
They didn't.
Hate this movie.
Too much TNT explosions crashed his game. Yeah, he briefly disconnected. When he came back in, he was fine. Yeah, no, it's there were moments in that movie that did genuinely make me laugh outside of the meme stuff.
The only thing I liked about that movie is it has a very loose reference to Minecraft Dungeons with the Orb of Dominance.
Yep. And there's also a little nod to Technoblade in that movie.
Yes,
they-
that's
Yeah.
the one where I was like, okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
It's
And,
That
and
was-
I guess it also references the new one, Minecraft's newest games, Minecraft Legends, I guess.
yeah, a little bit.
technically, right?
But no, I do like the Technoblade mention because it's they go to the village and they see a pig wearing a crown, and one of the characters, actually the actor who specifically requested the Technoblade mention, he goes, "Wait, is he like a king?" And then Steve goes, "No, but he is a legend," you know.
Yes.
Aw,
that-
that's
yeah.
cute.
That was
great.
I did have to begrudgingly give that a head nod
Yeah.
when I watched that. I was like, okay, you
There's
played that
also
well.
there's also a moment where one of the Minecraft villagers wanders into the portal to the real world, which, to be fair, villagers do just do that shit.
They do that.
But he gets hit by a car, and he
Oh, don't I know it? Guess Rab has been torturing me with that gift set
it's
for literally a month, and I cannot stand it.
it's Jennifer Coolidge's character comes out of the car and she he sees the villager and they end up going on a date, and later on when they're at like dinner, Jeb makes a cameo, which was really cool. I did like that. He's like the waiter at the table. I thought it was like I saw the ginger hair pulled back in a ponytail with the glasses and everything. I was like, oh, I know that guy. He's the Minecraft man.
That's the Minecraft man.
So there was that, and then also when another waiter comes over and asks, "Are you finished?" and Jennifer Coolidge goes, "No, I think he's Swedish." I was like, okay, that's funny, because
Yeah.
Minecraft is a
Wait,
Swedish game.
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty good.
That was a clever bit. Okay, I'll give it that one.
See, yeah, the problem is, and I think this is what disappointed all of us so much, is that there is an astronomical amount of potential.
It's Minecraft. It's nothing but potential. It's-
Exactly.
That's
It's literal potential.
we were talking
And it
about
has
this right before stream, like what my
so
what my
much
ideas
lore
would have been for
outside
a
of the
Minecraft movie.
game.
This
Yeah.
movie would have been loved more if it was animated. There, I said it.
A, should have been animated. B, should have been a short film. C, should have had minimal to no dialogue. And D, the enemies should have been the Ender Dragon and not the Piglins. That is my way of how I would have changed a lot of the stuff in this movie to make it a lot better. Also, I would have had it focus specifically on Steve and Alex, and not have all these original characters. That being said, I love the bromance that Steve and Garrett the Garbage Man have. Jack Black and Jason Momoa do a really good job.
I'm not even
their romance.
mad about the isekai aspect. I'm just like, when they enter the Minecraft world, make them animated.
Yeah.
Just do that.
Piglins are
Why
Minecraft's
couldn't they
go-to as
do
of late.
that?
Yeah, it's
The green
unfortunate.
screen- The green screen work looks so bad. It
The green screen
sucks.
is really bad in some scenes.
And
It looks
sucks 'cause, like, the
unfinished.
movie's so colorful. I love how colorful the movie is, but if the green screen work is bad, there's no point.
Yeah. I do get the Lava Chicken song stuck in my head all the time now. And I did appreciate that they put Pig Step in there. All right, we got to give some representation to Lena Raine.
That was crazy. I was not expecting an Alan Becker reference in the year of our Lord 2025.
Rav says unfinished. You mean unswedish?
Yeah. Another thing that
damn it.
another story beat that this movie messed up. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about it, but it still makes me so angry. So, in the Minecraft movie, Steve in the beginning, Steve is being seen captured by the piglins, and so like the main villain, who's like a piglin witch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Malgosha.
And she says, okay, she has Steve's had a wolf when he first entered the Minecraft world, and he sent it out into the real world to protect the portal when he closed it with the Orb of Dominance. And Malgosha has his wolf's collar and is pretending like they're holding the wolf hostage and that they'll kill it if Steve doesn't do what they say. And so Malgosha's like, all right, the Orb of Dominance is in play again. Go get it and we'll save your wolf. And Steve obviously believes them and is like, okay, I will do this. So he's literally like it's literally like they had it set up, but it never goes anywhere.
Yeah.
And when it eventually gets revealed, no one cares. No one cares that his main goal of showing up and saving them when the main group is getting attacked by zombies is that he can just get the orb. Like he's doing it for selfish reasons entirely. But not only does it go nowhere when it is eventually revealed, they just give the wolf back.
Yeah.
And so he would have no reason to tell them that, oh yeah, I was definitely planning on betraying you guys for my own selfish goals. And I'm just like, bro, this sucks. It sucks so bad.
It's a failure of screenwriting. It really is a bad
movie.
But you can't deny its place in pop culture history as being a meme. It's just bad. It's just a bad film.
Also, the mob designs kind of low-key suck. But then again, how are we supposed to make Minecraft mob look good?
By having them be animated and closer to the original game. There, I said it.
That's true. That's true.
Also, yes, Rav does bring up a good point. There is a piglin named Chungus. And Chungus unironically says the word unalive at one point.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I don't even think it's laughably bad. It's just bad. It's bad and not fun.
Well, that's the thing. There's some parts like almost entice you to lean towards the screen and hope for more, and then you're immediately slapped with fucking, you want him to unalive? It's like, what?
That was my whole thing. Like, my girlfriend could like bring this up, right? Like, she can confirm this. I had my, you know that like one meme picture of Elon Musk where he's got his like hands in like a praying kind of thing and he's got it like up to his lips? That is how I looked the entire movie.
This whole movie is a Bugs Bunny hard looking into the camera. I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's bad. It's a bad movie. Anyway, moving right along. Speaking of bad movies, we have Pixels.
I can't believe this counts.
I'm just gonna put it there.
I really have nothing to say about it.
I don't even want to talk about it, Loki. I just no.
All right, cool. And finally, we have Tetris, which is
hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Rav has said something in the chat.
Hey, Rav. I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with that.
Hey,
Yeah,
Rav,
sorry, bro.
you should probably say less things.
Hey, I want to point out that I did not say that. That's not.
That's the craziest thing you've ever
I want it
said,
on record.
Colin. That's crazy.
Pixels is the kind of movie that's like if you're drunk, you should watch it.
Yes. Okay. I was gonna agree with that. Rav said Pixels is good. And I said there should be a caveat to that.
Pixels is good if
you
you're
literally
not
are
sober.
just brain off. Yeah, not sober.
Adam Sandler made a good movie.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. It's called Billy
Adam
Madison.
Sandler has made good movies.
I was gonna say
This
bedtime
no.
story. That's just me.
Everyone's favorite Adam Sandler movie, 8 Crazy Nights.
I
Bitty, 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 bum,
my favorite Adam Sandler movie. Does no one like bedtime stories? I love bedtime stories.
I keep forgetting bedtime stories happened. I'm not gonna lie.
It's fun, I think.
There are abysmal moments, but it was
Anyway. Anyway,
alright.
Tetris biopic.
Tetris
I don't
biopic.
like
Yeah.
biopics. They're boring.
Yeah. This is a documentary like biopic about the creation of Tetris, and how it like kind of took over the world for a little while there. I have not seen it.
I
I'm
haven't
not
seen
doing
it
that.
either.
So-
All right, cool. We'll just throw
All
it
right,
in the
moving on.
haven't seen tier then. Let me do that real quick. Alright.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I kind of want to watch it though, because certain scenes do look quite interesting.
I've also just been fascinated with Tetris as like a game and like the history of it, because it's an interesting story. The guy who made it is a guy called Alexei Pajitnov. He was in the Soviet Union originally when he made it, and it was like one of the first like really big like pop culture phenomena to come out of the Soviet Union that took the West by storm, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a fascinating story. I just haven't seen the biopic yet, so I probably will at some point.
I think every biopic is so boring. Sorry.
I think biopics can be really good if told well.
I also don't want to watch a biopic if the person is still alive.
That's also true. I believe Pajitnov is still alive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think. I'm gonna have to look that up actually. Wait, now I'm curious. Alright, Alexei Pajitnov. So born 1955. Yeah, he's still alive.
Oh, shit.
In fact, it'll be his 56th birth, or not 56. It'll
I
be
was
his.
gonna say.
Sorry, my bad, math. It'll be his 70th birthday in 4 days from when this stream is going.
Wow.
Yep,
Oh,
April
wow.
16th. He will be 70 years old. He's currently 69 years old. Nice.
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 Just like a Tetris spinning around, fitting into the right place.
I also love on his Wikipedia article, citizenship, Soviet Union until 1991. Russia. yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
And then the United States, yeah. Known for creator of Tetris, yeah. So yeah,
Does he live here in the US or is he still in Russia?
I believe he still lives in the United States. It says in 1991 he moved to the United States and later became a US citizen. In 1986,
Oh, okay.
he founded the Tetris Company. Blah blah blah. Okay, so personal life. Here we go. He lives in Washington State.
Oh shit.
And also says that Putin is a bad guy. Based.
Base.
He's right, but you know,
All right.
we're not going to get into that.
All right. So here is our final list. We've got. Let me open this image in a new tab. There we go. We've got.
Okay, Rav, we hear you.
We've got Tetris in Haven't Seen. We've got Uncharted, Minecraft, and Pixels in Doodoo Feces. We have Angry Birds 2 in C tier. We have Sonic the Hedgehog and Angry Birds 1 in B tier. We have the Super Mario Bros. Movie and Sonic 2 in A tier. We have Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Five Nights at Freddy's in S tier. And right up at the top in Triple S Peaches tier, we have Detective Pikachu.
This
There we
is pretty fair.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and... Oh god. My computer's being a lot right now. Give it a second.
You see, Rav, that's where you're wrong. It didn't, though. It didn't deserve detail.
Oh dear.
Hello?
The
User?
freeze is real.
Oh no.
We may have hit capacity.
We may have hit capacity. Ah!
Yeah,
no.
nothing's happening on. Oh wait, it's okay. It's finally lagging in.
Ah! Sorry, technical difficulties. You're gonna have to give us a second. It's not going well. Oh dear. Please work. I'm scared. I'm actually scared. Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere. I had to quit streaming everything to Discord. Uh-oh. Okay. I'm back. This wouldn't have happened if you gave Pixels a C tier. Curse of Sandler. You're so right. I didn't consider.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think we better
Ha!
go. I think we
No,
better
that's
go
pretty-
analog for this next tier if we are to do one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That might be a sign that maybe we should quit while we're ahead.
Hey, we got through one.
We got through one.
Now, and that was a short one too. And this is kind of why I did want extra people, because that took us from 8:30 to 9:40. So it was
Yeah.
like,
Oh boy,
Whew, oh boy.
because we always have a lot to talk about.
We do. And we do.
we do.
All right. Why are you guys still not showing up? Hang on. You guys have, like, disappeared from the screen. This is weird.
We'll check in your pocket though.
Hang on. We're gonna hit refresh. We're gonna see what happens. Hey! There you guys are. Okay, cool.
Yippee!
Okay.
We're alive.
We are alive. So what
We're
I was
really
trying to
alive.
what I was trying to do is I was trying to post the stupid tier list into the general chat, and then my computer decided it was gonna fuck everything up.
Oh,
Jesus.
There we go. Now it's posted. Okay, that was way more stressful than it needed to be.
Yeah.
wait, which general chat are you posting it in?
My general chat.
General chat.
Okay.
The one in my Discord server, which you can join if you click
Oh,
on
are
the
they-
link
are they
that I
a
just
link
posted.
to the.
Yeah.
Is that the only tier list we're doing, or is there? Are we gonna?
Uh,
I don't know.
well, we did have another one ready to go. It is gonna be a longer one though, is the thing.
It's maybe longer though. I mean, if we can find a shorter one.
If we do like rapid fire,
if
like
that's-
what we like and what we don't like about these designs, we could probably knock it out pretty quickly.
Okay, yeah, I mean, what do you
Rapid fire.
think, Colleen?
I'm fine with
Give it-
that.
Josiah?
10 seconds on. Each person gets
Alright.
10 seconds.
Yep. All right, let me post the link in the in our little group chat. Yeah, no, I saw the thing where you said stop streaming if you can. I was trying. I really was trying. My computer was
Yeah.
basically frozen for a second.
I believe that.
Okay. I love that as soon as I posted it, Rav went into the chat and was said the Pixels slander is crazy. Okay.
It deserves it.
Okay. So, I've gone ahead and posted the one in the gaming chat, I think. Did I do that? No, I posted
you
it
did.
in our group chat.
Our Discord. Yeah. Our independent Discord.
Yeah. So, You guys should all have it
What?
open. We're ranking
Yep.
license plates from the United States, from each of the 50 different states. These are just like the standard ones. This isn't counting any like specialty plates or anything. These are just like the bog standard plates that you get when you go to the DMV. This is not in any particular order, except for the order that it gave us this in. I do not understand this order. I don't know why it goes Oregon, Virginia, Louisiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Washington, etc., etc. I don't know why they didn't just put it in alphabetical order.
Who knows?
Anyway,
Let's get into it.
all right, so we start with Oregon, which has like some mountains and like a pine tree.
Yeah.
Is
I like it.
C tier
C tier?
for me.
B.
I'd put it in B tier. I like the pine tree. That's really cool.
Fills the gap that most license plates have.
Yes. Also reminds me of Camp Half-Blood, which is cool, and also not in Oregon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the big tree, I suppose. Yeah.
The tree on the hill, yeah. Virginia,
Boring.
Oh,
D.
Species.
yeah.
that's bad.
Yeah. We're kind of boring. Although I do like our our motto of Virginia is for lovers.
I do like that. That is cool.
Yes.
It's cute. All right, next up, Louisiana, Sportsman's Paradise.
I honestly want to put this in B too, because I like the bird on it.
I like the
Yeah,
I
gray
like
bird, too.
pelicans.
Yeah,
That is a pelican.
that is a pelican.
Yeah,
it's a
that's their state
song.
bird.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Shin. Hi, that tree was Jason's sister. Yes, it was.
Damn.
So I like the gradient on this one, how it goes from white to yellow to red. At the bottom, it's like a sunset.
I
and
like
then you've got
that.
the pelican. Yeah, it's good. Next up is Ohio.
Man,
Um,
why does Ohio have the most interesting state design stuff? I like this design. I love the text that makes a pattern in the background. I like
Yeah,
that.
like birthplace of
Honestly,
aviation,
A tier for
and
me.
like it's a good one. It's a good one. A tier.
I was gonna put it in B.
I just like that it's like doing something with the negative space mostly. Also, I like
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the little Ohio shape in the first O in Ohio. It's a little clever
Yeah, that's
design.
Yeah.
All right, next up is Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, kind of boring.
Pennsylvania looks
Boring.
like a Visa credit
They
card.
tried.
Belongs with Virginia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next up is Washington State, the Evergreen State. It's got the Paramount Mountain in the background.
It's got the Ice Mountain on it. Yeah.
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 That's a B. The
B.
the font that they chose for the state name is boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It very much is.
All right, we got New York.
B.
I like this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
really-
Excelsior.
Or A. I would accept either or.
Yeah.
Because
I like-
Yeah,
it's got
well,
Niagara Falls, the Statue of Liberty, the Manhattan skyline,
and it's got
and then
Excelsior.
the actual state
Yeah.
in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, of course you're partial to New York,
Well, it's a good design.
and
Alright.
you're from New York.
That'll do it too.
What about it?
Next up is Michigan, Pure Michigan.
Is it split in half? What's
I-
with the thing, the squiggle
Yeah,
down the
yeah,
middle?
what's going? What's going
Yeah.
on?
I
It
think
looks like smoke.
I think that's supposed to represent the rivers in Michigan.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's bad design.
Yeah.
Bad design.
I can't tell what it's
Yeah.
supposed to be.
Just
I don't
not
think it
bad,
deserves-
but just
I don't think it
boring.
deserves due to visas, but it's definitely D tier.
And they tried something. Put it one step
They
above.
tried
Yeah,
something.
they tried something.
Yeah, they tried.
They tried something unlike Virginia, which is just
Unlike West
this.
Virginia, yeah.
West
The
Virginia.
Virginia slander.
Yeah,
I,
right down there.
I love that West Virginia is just a combination of Virginia and Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it really is.
Unfortunately.
It really is.
All right, that's just combining two doo-doo feces, so we'll just put it next to those.
Yeah.
All right.
Utah might actually
Utah is
be
peak.
pretty good.
Yeah, Utah's
Life elevated. I'd put that at top.
yeah, SSS Goku. I don't
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
fact that we're putting Utah up at the top, but like it's got a good license plate design.
We're not putting Utah at the
that's where
top.
Pinch-
We're
Because
putting the
Pinky down.
license plate.
I was
at the
gonna
top.
say, I just don't like the fact that we're putting the home of Mormonism up at the top.
Well,
That's
they
true.
can't all be winners. I'm sure Pinky will attest.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we got Alaska. Alexa.
I am biased. I like it because it's orange. I want to put it in S tier, but that's just me.
I like that they put the flag on here, like a stylized version of the Alaska flag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it belongs right next to Michigan because
I-
it did one. It did one thing.
It did one.
Like if we're
thing.
counting the number of things, it did
But
one
orange,
thing.
though.
Yeah.
But it's orange though.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it did one thing.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's better than New Jersey.
I think the only reason it's orange, Cow, is because it's in Alaska, so it's gonna get covered with snow.
So it's gonna stand out for
So
the.
it can't
the
be
stuff.
white.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I guess
That's the only reason.
It's orange. I guess that's the only reason why it's orange. Okay. Okay.
Because I know some New York license plates are orange.
That's true.
All right.
So
Okay.
We got New Jersey's. As Rav says in chat, New Jersey looks bleached, piss colored.
Uh,
yeah,
You know
Yeah.
what? If you were gonna say I was.
but they did one thing,
but they did.
so they get
They did
C
do,
in my mind.
They did do one thing, and that's put New Jersey right in the middle, like the actual state
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
All right. So
Alright.
Where we put
next
it.
up is Iowa.
I
Well,
would
hold on,
try.
Where do we put? Where do we put
Yeah,
New Jersey?
it-
Oh, I put New Jersey in C tier.
See,
Okay.
Although
It tried.
the buildings on the top kind of gives like graphic design is my passion.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. They are
Really,
trying
though,
something.
I kind of like it though. It's not the worst thing they could have done.
And they do have like the grass at the bottom. Like if you look closely, it's like grass.
oh, it's
Yeah,
a
I see
bus.
it.
I think. Is this supposed
Oh
to
my
be a
god,
bus?
it's a bus.
No,
Oh,
I
but
think.
Bus?
That's just where the holes where the screws go. I think.
Yeah.
Right,
That
but
is-
maybe that's
that is-
intentional.
That is a good visual thing. Maybe it is. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't see it.
High C. Put it at the front of the C's. Or low B.
Yeah.
I'd take either or.
Yeah, low B, because it's trying something more than what fucking Michigan is doing.
Yeah.
Um.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
You know what?
I like
You
the
know
green
what?
letters
New
or
Hampshire-
numbers.
New Hampshire has some class to it. I actually really like this.
I also love the
Yeah.
live free or die right up here.
And
Yeah.
it's got a mountain in the background, I think.
I do like that.
Or
I'm
at least
willing.
A cliff face.
I'm willing
I'm
to put
willing
this
to
one
put
up in
this in
S.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
yeah.
I'd agree.
S
Yeah.
tier, because
I
it's
agree.
not quite as cool as Utah with like the fucking rock formation here, but
Yeah, true.
because it's a little bit more subtle. But I also do appreciate the logo, like that they have for New Hampshire, where it's like the kind of like mountainous up at the top, and then it's like the very stately like Hampshire, you know. But then also live free or die.
Yeah.
Next up is Indiana.
They tried.
You know, they tried, I think.
They
But
did.
I don't hate it. I could settle for B or
Yeah.
A.
Yeah, I'd say Indiana tries just about as hard as like Iowa does, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next up is Tennessee. You're the only 10
Ah.
I
Not
see.
gonna lie, kind of boring.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did one thing.
yeah. We'll put it in. We'll put it in C. We'll put it next to New Jersey. All right, next up is Hawaii.
Okay. Might be
Tier.
the coolest one because it has a rainbow.
Triple S tier.
That's going. That's
Well-
going.
Yeah.
That's going above Utah.
Well, hold on. Come on. They did
Yeah.
one thing.
Yes, they did one
Yeah,
thing.
and
However,
it's
the
rainbow.
one,
good.
the one thing they did is really good.
Yeah.
It's a rainbow. Why is a
Rainbows
rainbow
are good.
associated with Hawaii
I'm
anyway?
gay.
Hawaii is gay.
Hawaii is gay.
Because we are gay.
All right, whatever. I lost
Rainbows
that
are
for that
cool.
one.
I saw this plate while driving today, and I was like, oh yeah, that's the Hawaii plate.
Yeah,
That's so
it's
nice.
really neat. It's
It's
like a little,
pleasant.
it's a little rainbow.
Yeah.
Also, I feel very bad for Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should not be a state.
The pity point for Hawaii.
I
Oh,
do
no,
just
the fa-
genuinely think that
the
Hawaiians
license
deserve a
plate actually
fucking
is
break.
Yeah. Also the license plate is just genuinely good. I like it.
Yeah, it's just nice and pleasant to look at, you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very calming.
Yeah.
It feels lived in, which is not a thing I want to think about when I think about Hawaii. Because again, we should leave them alone.
Yes,
you know.
the Hawaiians have suffered enough. Next up is North Dakota, and I cannot think about North Dakota without thinking of the one Brennan Lee Mulligan bit where he has to, like, make a North Dakotan sound on that one episode of Game Changers.
Yeah. I mean,
It's all right. I'd say
not
like
moving
A
me.
tier.
yeah, it's not really moving me, but hey.
I do like that they've got the sunset going on, kind of like Louisiana does. You know, and I like the little buffalo in the corner. He's a cute little guy.
Yeah, he's just chilling there.
Next up is South Carolina.
South Carolina is trying to do what Oregon's doing, but like worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I do like that it
Might-
is the
might be
state
going-
flag design basically with the palmetto and the
Yeah.
moon. But other than
Might
that,
have
yeah, it's
to go
basically
in-
just a
in D-
worse.
in D tier for me.
Really, D
Yeah.
tier?
Yeah, it's just not moving me, bro. I don't know.
I guess that's fair. All right, next up is my home state, Florida.
I
Okay.
like the
I
green.
mean,
Yeah.
it has oranges on it.
Yeah,
I would put it in
Yeah,
B.
it's a good color combo. I'd say B.
it is a good color combo. I don't know. I'm just maybe
Yeah.
it's just because I'm used to seeing this one. It's like, it's there's
Yeah.
the Florida plate. I'm
Yeah.
biased against it almost. Next up is Delaware.
Hmm.
Kind of boring.
It's kind of
Yeah,
boring.
they
Which
did,
kind
they
of
did one, they did
represents
one
the state.
thing. They at least
I-
changed the color.
I do like the
Yeah.
color combo that they've
Yeah.
gone with. It almost
It's-
looks like
That
a pair
is
of
true.
Levi's.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is kind of boring. I'll put that in due to
C
feces.
tier?
Yeah.
No, really? Student? Okay.
Yeah, it's just like it's got nothing going on outside of the color scheme.
Oh, Georgia.
Yeah.
That's pretty. That's really
Yeah.
pretty.
I
That
do
might
like
be
the
a
Georgia
C
one.
for me.
That's an
I
that,
put it in A.
yeah, I'll put it in A
Okay.
because
Because it's not the full plate, but they did do enough around it to kind of stylize it
yeah.
that I appreciate.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Arkansas.
I mean, it's got the lake and the mountain reflection in the lake, so they at least tried more than one thing. I'd technically qualify it as two because I understand it. I put it B.
Which one are we looking at? I'm
Yeah.
looking at the Arkansas one.
Yeah, the Arkansas one.
That's like a diamond, isn't it?
No, it's a
Yeah.
mountain reflected in a lake.
Oh my god, I'm stupid. I genuinely thought that was a
Oh,
diamond.
What?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's
What?
maybe that was
Isn't
the point.
it?
Maybe that was the point.
It's
no,
not
it
a
looks
mountain.
like a diamond.
It's not a diamond. Why would Arkansas have the diamond?
It looks like a diamond.
It does look like a diamond.
Hold on, I'm
I'm-
zooming. It is a diamond. Yeah, okay, I was stupid. They did one thing. Here I was. Why is it
You
a
were giving it
diamond?
too much credit. You were giving.
I
it
was
too
giving
much
it way too much credit. Well, it made sense to me because it was like the natural
Yeah.
state. A mountain.
I was,
a
I
lake.
was willing to believe.
Why is
you.
it a diamond?
All right.
Did they discover diamonds there?
Do we want to
What?
put it in
No.
because it's confusing it to us?
I was just gonna put it in C tier because they did like the one thing with it.
All right.
Represents the gem mines at the crater of Diamond State Park
That makes sense.
Interesting.
Huh,
in
okay.
Murfreesboro.
Because they.
At the
Interesting.
crater of Diamond State Park, the public can dig for diamonds. Since 1972, visitors have unearthed 25,000 diamonds at the site.
Yeah. You're right, Rav. It does
Man,
suck.
they-
However, they
they could-
tried something,
they-
and that's
they-
it's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
With that many diamonds, that you could use that to fix your failing video game shop.
That's
or
true.
something, I don't know.
Fix your school system.
All right.
Yeah.
Next up, we got New Mexico.
Triple S
This-
tier. I
I
really
like
like
this a lot.
this.
I was gonna say.
It's good.
I was gonna say if you guys weren't gonna do it, I was, because
I
What's
love
that little
this.
symbol in the middle. I like that little symbol.
Yeah.
it's
there's
representative of one of the Native American tribes that are out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool. I like this a lot.
It's also basically just based on their flag, which is like the yellow with that symbol on it. But I also like that they added
Yeah.
the little
Yeah.
thistle right in the corner
Also,
there.
Yes.
also, yellow and red just goes together. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to say.
Banger. I like the touch of green too.
Yeah.
Yeah, really brings it together.
Yeah.
Where we
Anyway.
putting it?
Next up is Nebraska.
Triple S.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
They tried in the
You know what?
background of
I would,
this.
I would like it a lot more if it was actually this small. But I feel like it's not.
It's just a tiny little bumper sticker instead of like a full-on
Yeah.
plate. It's got some kind of design. I can't really tell what it's supposed to be from here.
I hold on. Let me look it
I
up.
think it's just a mountain range. I
Rav-
guess, of
Rav
the
says-
No,
rock.
it's a
crazy that-
person.
Rav says crazy that
It's
New
a
Mexico
person?
was top tier, but Pixels was bottom tier.
Oh my gosh, Rav, let it go.
Hold on.
Let me see.
I gotta look this up. I gotta look this up. So,
You gotta let it go, Rav. You have to.
oh, it's like a mosaic of like a Greek hero kind of looking guy.
Oh.
Huh.
This
I don't hate
this
that.
comes to us courtesy of the Wikipedia article "Vehicle Registration Plates of Nebraska." That is a real article on Wikipedia.
Oh. Hold on, I'm looking at the license plates for them.
I do like
This one.
I do like the design on the Nebraska plate, actually.
This is the Nebraska one for support the arts. This one is gorgeous.
Oh, which one?
I put it in the tier list gang chat.
Oh,
Oh, let's take a look at this.
That is beautiful.
oh, interesting.
I want that.
Here I gotta pull this up real quick on stream so everyone
Why
can see it.
isn't that the one for Nebraska?
Yeah, this should be the one
That
for
would be-
Nebraska.
That might
Yeah.
go like right under a Hawaii if that was the
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That's
one's actually a
beautiful.
really good
That
one.
is
Um,
pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty.
And then it's
Very pretty.
it's $40 extra. The distribution of the $40 fee as it follows: 75%, $30 goes to the support the arts cash fund, and then the remaining $10 goes to the DMV cash fund. So it supports the arts of Nebraska.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
But
I mean,
no,
I'm
that is
not
such a
for
pretty
supporting
license
DMV,
plate.
but
It is.
Yeah.
But where are we thinking about the bog standard one?
Honestly, I don't
I-
mind it.
I wouldn't mind putting it in like low B,
Yeah.
low A.
I'll put it in A tier. I do like the design on that one. I'll be honest.
I like it.
All right, next up is Texas.
Man, you think when
Uh.
they take, like Texas, they'd have the most fire license plate, but this is really boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's boring.
Shin says
No
my home
fun.
state out here being conservative aesthetically and conservative ideologically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Petition to change the emblem of the Texas state and flag to an upright pentagram. Yeah, it's bad. I'm just put that in doo-doo feces. It's not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's
Boring.
not.
That's not good.
All right, next up is Massachusetts, and I'm willing to put this one in doo-doo feces as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't like this one.
I
Yeah.
like the font, but it's
There's
still pretty
nothing
boring.
there.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
spirit of America, a state that nobody talks about,
Except
No
for
one talks.
Boston.
except for Boston.
No one talks about it because everyone hates trying to pronounce it.
Oh my god, I can't say it all of it. Is it Massachusetts?
You see?
Massachusetts.
Rav says Ontario has a better plate than Texas, and it's just got blue text.
That's fair.
All right. Next up is Wisconsin, America's Dairyland, home of the big cheese.
That's a very-
The
very nice freaking Windows Paint
I
drawing.
was
at
gonna
the
say
very
this
top.
one looks like it was designed in 1993.
Graphic design is my passion.
South Park ass art style.
Home of the Puritans and any witch trials that implies. Oh, that would be Massachusetts, wouldn't it? That was Salem, yeah.
Yeah.
Rav says this one gives big Costco vibes for some reason.
It really
Wait, I can see that!
No, guys, literally, Wisconsin is the same font as Costco. For real.
All right, I'm gonna put this in
Yeah.
Super Costco. Next up is Maine. Vacation Land.
You know,
Have you never
You
heard of
know?
Florida?
you know, they
I
put
like this
effort
one.
into that into that bird. I like that they put effort into that bird.
Yes.
You know what?
It's not some weird vector clip art. It's actually a fully rendered bird.
It's like a
I like
painting,
that
yeah.
a lot.
You know what? I will say it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Um,
say it. Triple S. This is a good license
Honestly,
plate.
yeah.
It's a good one. Yeah, I've got no complaints about that one actually. Next up is North Carolina, First in Flight. They're gonna have to fucking fight Ohio, the birthplace of aviation over there.
You know, this one almost has it for me. But what I really don't like about this one is that North Carolina is in front of the wheat, but the North Carolina text is the opacity's down.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to see.
you
Yeah.
get that with the
Bit.
First in Flight over here too, with the
Hey.
Wilbur and Orville flyer.
Hey, Mel.
Yeah,
Remember when you said the Wisconsin one looks like it's from the 90s?
yeah.
This was made in 1986.
1986, really?
Yeah.
I could tell.
And then a recall started in 1993 to and made the letters red instead of blue.
So what I'm saying is that it was actually technically designed in 1993. Did I not call that?
Yes.
Yeah, you're
You
right.
did call it.
All right, next, yeah. So North Carolina, it's fine. I'd say a B tier, because like
I
it's.
see it too much
I guess that's
living
fair.
in Southern Virginia.
You've got the
couldn't
same
be
problem I
this,
have with Florida.
that's just me.
I'm
Yeah.
putting it in B tier because it's like, in concept, a good design, but there are a couple of things about it that's like,
Yeah, if they
Bringing
just
it down.
tweak these little things, it'd be good, I think.
yeah. Next up is Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes.
I feel like that's definitely a lie. I feel
No,
like
it's
this does
true.
the same thing that Wisconsin. Is it? Though?
It
Is
is.
it actually?
Mm-hmm.
All
I'm
right.
gonna put this one in C tier because yeah, it's given big Wisconsin vibes. It's like
Yeah, I
it's like almost the same license plate. It's like design on the top, and then a little thing at the bottom where it's like this is what we're known for, and then like big letters in like a standard black font. The only difference is
Yeah.
that Wisconsin has a little hyphen in here, and then like Minnesota just has the shape of the state of Minnesota.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact about Minnesota, the reason that like the northern border has like that little part that like juts up is because maps in the 18th century were bad. It's when they were trying to decide the border between the United States and Canada, they said, okay, so it's gonna go right up until this lake here on this map, and then it's just
Yeah.
gonna go on the whatever fucking parallel it is up there, straight on from there. Turns out that that lake didn't actually exist. And so they had to kind of finagle the border once they found out that that lake didn't really exist. And so that's why there's that weird little jut up on the Minnesota state border, is because it actually cuts through a lake that is there and goes into the parallel that's up there. So it's weird borders. CGP Gray has a video about it. Anyway, next up is Vermont.
You know, I actually.
I don't mind this one.
You gotta give it to Vermont. They know what their branding is.
Yeah, the Green Mountain State, yeah.
Yeah.
Rav says
And
overhead
also-
highway sign design.
No, you're
That
right.
is very
Also-
true.
It's also kind of giving Sesame Street, but that's just me.
Yeah.
I see it. I do see it. I'll put it in C tier.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Sesame
it's pretty
Street.
All right, next up is Rhode Island, the ocean state. And
Next
again,
up-
I
next
asked,
up
have
is
you
a-
ever been to
is-
Florida?
Is a literal debit card.
Yeah, it does kind of look like a debit card, I'm not going to lie. It's fine. It's got the wave on it. It's got the little anchor in the corner. That's a C tier.
Graphic design is my passion.
Yeah.
Graphic design is my passion.
Literally.
All right, bank card design. Yeah, pretty much. All right, next up is Montana, the treasure state.
I've never
You know,
seen
I
that
mean-
Montana plate.
Neither have I, actually, now that you mention it.
I don't think
Um,
that's the one.
Is it not?
Let me look. Sorry, I'm autistic. I feel like I haven't seen this one.
All right.
Oh, it is the right one. I've never seen this. Well, then again, do people live in Montana?
I think about 3
My
people
sister
total live
does.
in Montana.
My sister does.
I think there are more people in our voice chat right now than live in Montana.
Yeah, I guess that's the plate for Montana. Huh. This makes me feel like I should have played the license plate game when I was a kid.
See, and I
I
did,
mean,
and let me tell you,
there-
living in Florida, it's really easy to play the license plate game because everyone fucking comes here.
Oh.
I
with
see
this
plates from like
license
Canada
plate,
regularly.
Ooh,
They
this Montana one's pretty cool.
Oh, that is a cool one actually.
Yeah.
That one is giving 80s.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
for
Here, let me
sure.
pull it up for
So,
everyone.
like,
Look at that shit.
yeah,
That
with this
is a
one,
good ass license plate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There with like the one in the tier list. I know what they're doing. They're playing with the fact that like one side of their state is like a pure square, rectangle, I guess in this case.
Hmm.
I almost kind of want to give it to it because they're trying to utilize that. But
Yeah,
also, I'm looking. I don't know. There's something about it that feels.
it's a good use of the
No.
space of the license plate to have
It's a
kind of
good
the
use of the
state
space.
border fill most of it out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Montana has 2. The one that we're looking at right now and the one that's in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the blue one that we're looking at on the tier lists got mixed reception, so they were like, okay, here's another one, and it's the one currently in the chat right now,
yeah,
and
the
then
one that I popped
you
up
can
on-
choose
on
which
screen a little bit.
one. Yeah, so they have 2.
I will
2
say
of them.
I do prefer the one that you posted in our chat. The one
Yeah,
here,
I agree.
dear
Yeah.
feces.
Yeah, so the people in Montana were like, "What? No, we like the the rainbow one because it was from 1991 to 2000."
Hmm.
Yeah, so they brought the old one back. That's kind of amazing, though.
All right. Next up is South Dakota. We got a picture of Mount Rushmore in the back here. And then
Great faces, great places, my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that it's
yeah,
doing
no.
something. I want to put this design in B tier.
Yeah.
I mean, at the very okay.
I'll put the design just if we're just focusing on the design, we're not focusing on the state itself. I'm putting that in B tier.
Yeah.
Because it's cool. It's got like a vectorized version of Mount Rushmore in the background. I do wish that the actual number of the license plate wasn't set to 90% opacity. But there is that.
They tried.
They tried. Next up is Arizona.
I actually really like the colors of this. I like
I
the
like it.
purple
I-
and
I-
teal and
yeah.
yellow
Yeah.
and green.
I do like this.
I really like it.
That's an S tier. I'm not gonna lie. That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
It's the nice color, especially right here at the bottom with the sunset, and so like the yellow and purple
Yeah.
are like a nice contrast to each other. That one's a
Banger.
good one.
Yeah.
Next up is Mississippi. MISSISSIPPI.
I hate this.
Boring,
I hate this.
boring.
It's boring.
Boring.
It's
It-
bad.
No,
Bland.
not only that. If you look at the emblem,
Hmm.
it looks like it's off center, and I hate it.
It is off center.
Well,
Because it's supposed
Yeah.
to like fill in the gap in the license plate number, so it's bad. But it looks bad, right? And then
that sucks.
one thing I will
Yeah.
give Mississippi is the logo of the state itself. Pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. The way the S is all
Oh.
kind of like
Oh, wait. Mississippi has a new one as of 2024.
Mississippi has a new one
Let's-
as of 2024.
Let's see what it looks
Yes.
like.
This is their newest one.
That's okay.
Okay, so
I like
It's
that
better,
one.
but it's still boring.
yeah. Here's the thing with this one, right? Is it's a good one. I do like that they're kind of leaning into the
Also-
new state flag design that they picked, which has like the
Yeah.
magnolia.
I just saw it. Oh, so the S's look like a ball sack. So
Oh, you know what? Actually, now that you mention it,
Yeah, because the one
Oh
that
my
it's on
God.
the tier list because there was a lawsuit and controversy over the "In God We Trust."
yes. For those who don't know, also Mississippi's old state flag had the stars and bars on it, and that became quite controversial as of the
Yeah.
last few years. So they changed their state flag, so now it doesn't have the Confederate flag on it anymore. But it has that magnolia on it, which I quite like. I
Yeah.
quite like their
I
new
like
state
the
flag.
Magnolia license plate.
Yeah, and I quite like the magnolia license
I think
plate.
it's cute.
But this one here, bad. It's bad.
Bad.
It's bad. Next up is Connecticut. It's bad.
They tried.
It's bad.
I like the gradient,
good.
but they tried.
Yeah,
Connecticut.
Connecticut.
we can't do the war of it right now. We have to finish this tier list.
All right,
we can't
next
do
up-
the war of it.
Next up is Illinois.
I'm gonna. Okay. I'm gonna.
oh yeah, this is your steak cow.
All right,
Mel,
Cal, what do you?
Mel,
Cal, what do
Mel, you get one of those. You get one of those and only one.
That's it. I've used it. What do you think about Illinois' license plate, Cal?
You know, I don't hate it. I kind of like how the gradient, how like the Chicago buildings are kind of like they're part of the gradient and they're kind
Yeah.
of like fading into it. And I also, Abe Lincoln,
Yeah,
based guy.
my boy. There he is.
Truly
He
one of the
does-
greats.
I also like how it's just half of him. Like he's kind of like he's peeking
Yeah.
around the edge,
They-
he's
they
spying in
covered
on
the
your
half that got
conversation.
407 years ago, I eavesdropped on this conversation.
Yeah, no, they covered the half that got shot.
Oh my god.
So I don't know if that's actually true or not, but I'm just saying that
No, he
that's
got-
funny,
Christ.
that's the
I,
case.
if I recall, he got shot in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have been to
but,
Ford's Theater.
yeah,
I've sat through that little
I've-
thing that they've
same.
got there.
Same.
I mean,
He's a
I-
very open-minded president.
d-
Jesus
d-
Christ.
Design-wise,
Jesus
I
Christ.
think I'd put it in like, I'd say it's like a mid-B tier. I don't know,
Yeah, it does give off like graphic design is my passion vibes.
a little bit.
But I do like that the number is like very contrasted from the plate itself, because like it's blues and grays on the background, and then the like
I
bright red.
will say red is not the color I would have chosen. I don't think.
No,
but
but
still,
it's
it's
a good
still-
way
it's
to
still
contrast from the blue at least.
Yeah.
Next up is Colorado.
You know, okay.
Colorado.
Can I say,
Mhm.
I think I would like this if the mountain was also like textured. I feel like this thing is textured, but I can't quite tell in this photo.
It's not. I think that's just the design of it. The only thing that like is actually
Yeah.
textured is the number itself. It's fine. I wish there was like, if you're gonna go with detail on the mountain, I wish the detail like went all the way down and didn't just stop halfway.
Yeah.
You know, I also think it's
I-
just kind of boring otherwise.
But they did.
I'd put it in
Yeah.
D tier, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Next up is Nevada. As I have discovered, it is actually pronounced Nevada, and I gotta quit saying Nevada.
Man.
Oh, so you'll do that for Nevada, but not for Arkansas?
Yeah,
Okay.
because that one's funny.
Anyway.
I like this one.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty.
Yeah.
I
It's
also
got the
like
nice
the
kind of colors down
red
here.
orange at the bottom.
Yeah, it's very representative of the desert of Nevada. But you've
Mhm.
also got
Yeah.
that green to kind of represent like the city and like Las Vegas and that kind of thing.
This was issued only semi recently, March 2024. So this is pretty
Interesting.
new.
This is a pretty new one.
Yeah.
I quite like this one. I'll put this in like B tier. Put this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, yeah. I guess so.
Yeah.
I part of it is I like
Mm.
the colors at the bottom, and then also I like that it's like
I agree.
stylized. You know,
I was
it's-
actually going to say I would put it in A if it were me.
really.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it.
Okay.
I really like
you
it
know what?
too.
Yeah, let's put it in A tier.
Yeah.
Like, there's
I like it.
clearly more than an attempt.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They actually tried because
They-
you know.
Yeah.
They
They
really
put
did
it in
try. Because you
Yeah.
also have to remember that they just can't go ham on these things because it costs money.
That's true.
True.
Yeah, this is true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Rav says in chat, you also atrociously mispronounced Ontario, which I did. And will continue to do, because I am not Canadian, and I don't know too much about it. I'm sorry. Next up is Wyoming.
This
This is what Texas
this-
should have
this-
been.
This is literally.
I'm saying, right? This is a good one. This is a good one. We're putting this all
It's
the way
good.
up. All the
Yeah,
way up in Goku
100%.
tier. That's just a good-ass license plate.
Yeah.
Next up is
Wow.
Maryland.
Wow.
Like.
Hold on.
That
Yep.
is,
Hold on.
that is, like,
Wyoming
placing
has
on your
had
wall.
that
Good.
cowboy silhouette on their license plate since 1936.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's insane. That tells you that it stood the test of time, that they've had that same design on that license plate for 90 years.
Yep.
You know? Even if
Banger.
the
And you
even
know
if the
what?
rest of the
Respect.
plate has changed, they've had that silhouette on there for close to a century. That stands
Yep.
the test of time. Also, as Rav said, it's got a Hans on it. So
Also, this I just started giggling because this was Wyoming's first license plate.
uh-oh.
I just thought it was really derpy looking.
I'm pulling this one up on stream. Everyone has to see this. This
Huh?
is
Huh?
Wyoming's first.
What is this?
What?
And I like the Wyo. It looks so dumb. I love it.
Wow. me when I'm me when I'm outcast singing about who let the dogs out. Why?
All right. Next up is Maryland. It's boring. It's got the Maryland flag, which is fun. I do like the Maryland flag, unironically. I think it's a very
Marylanders
good
go crazy over their flag.
It's a good flag.
You
Okay,
know,
I'm gonna
it's-
say this. I've never been to Maryland outside
Yeah.
of like, driving through it to get like, in and out of DC. I fucking love their state flag. It is so
Yeah.
horrendously ugly, and it is perfect.
It is.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
but-
like the definition of kitschy.
Yeah, it's great, and it makes me want to have a crab fest.
Yeah.
Every time I see it.
Yeah, and Marylanders
No,
get
Mel, you have no
everything with
idea.
their flag on it.
And it's great.
Mel, you have no idea. I've truly been craving crab for like the past month.
No, I get that, but yeah, no. The Maryland flag is great. However, this particular license plate, it's gradient, starts with white, and then fades into the Maryland flag, right?
Yeah.
Boring as fuck.
Yeah.
This is doo-doo feces.
Yeah. Oklahoma. That is not their current license plate.
It's not.
They
What's
just
their-
got a new one
We just got a new
as
one.
of September of this past year,
All right. Okay.
which I actually really
Yeah.
like this.
This is an interesting one, so I'm gonna pull this
Yeah.
up.
Is that Paul Bunyan?
I think it might be
Yeah,
because
that-
they've
that would
got
be
a big
cool,
statue
yes.
of Paul Bunyan there, don't they?
yeah.
So I'm gonna zoom this in so everyone can see it. There we go.
That would be my guess.
So that's the new Oklahoma plate, but we are ranking the one that is on our list right at the moment.
Not gonna lie, it's a little harsh on the eyes color wise.
Yeah.
Your infrared kind of hurts your eyes a little bit. This is me just being an artist and having like in art, in digital art in particular, when you have like pure red, pure blue, pure blue, God, I love whisper, pure yellow, it just after a while it really hurts your eyes. So like a lot of what artists do, they either like set their background color to like gray, or like I set mine to like mint green because somehow mint green is like the best thing to look at for your eyes when you're drawing.
Yep. There's a
That
reason.
new-
There's a reason Disney uses like a grayish green for a lot of the stuff they don't want people to see, is because it kind of blends into the background. It's
Yeah.
just like it kind of soothes the eyeball a little bit.
That's why I kind of like this old Oklahoma flag better, despite the fact this bird vector art, I'm kind of finding difficulty figuring out what part is the actual bird, but still, the color is pretty is like easy to look at.
All right, I do quite like this one. I'd say this is probably
Yeah.
like a B tier.
Yeah.
Rav says, so is New Mexico. This is an affront to vision, though. New Mexico's played as an eyesore. I get that.
See, no, like listen. Yellow is a little bit more muted.
Mhm.
This it's a muted yellow. It's a little bit muted. I can tell.
Yeah. Next up is Missouri.
It's okay.
Eh,
It's all right.
They tried.
it's doo-doo
They
feces.
definitely tried.
Yeah.
In that case, next up is Idaho.
I like the famous potatoes at the bottom.
Famous potatoes.
This is
God bless.
Also, this is just the French flag.
No, it's not sideways on.
Oh, it's what's the other?
Isn't it like Denmark or something like
Russia?
that?
Is it Russia?
No, Russia is blue at the top, isn't it?
I don't know.
Hold on.
One of these is like
White, red, blue.
it's one of them. It's one. Of
Oh,
the
it's
European
white, blue,
states.
red for Russia.
White, blue, red.
Oh, okay. Well,
No, Denmark has the cross on it. Never mind. What am I thinking of then?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Poland?
About. Poland?
No, Poland
Maybe?
is white than red. Dutch,
Oh.
says Rav.
It's the okay. It's the well. How
You
do
would
we
be
feel, how do we feel about the Dutch? How does the tier list gang feel about Dutch? About
Flag of
Deutschland?
the Netherlands, yeah. You know what? I quite like this one. I'll be honest. I actually quite like this one. I do like the red,
It's-
white, blue.
It's not bad.
It's,
I get it.
It's kind of giving those airbrushed shirts you get at the beach.
It does kind
Tie-dye.
of give that a little bit. But I have to give it extra points for
What was that
famous
laugh?
potatoes.
Laugh, Colleen. That was Bremlin laugh.
All right.
Really
Yeah,
tickled
I'd,
you, huh?
I'd say C.
C tier? Yeah.
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 Like I said, I do want to give it extra points for famous potatoes. I think that's great.
Potatoes.
I'm more of
Boil
I'm
them, mash
more
them,
of a
stick them in a
famous-
stew.
I'm more of a famous Amos kind of guy, but that's just me.
All right. Rav says the rest of the plates just kind of suck now, and I can agree with that. But we're gonna go through them anyway. Here we got Kentucky.
Well, one of them looks pretty good. Kentucky.
Kentucky.
This
C.
this is not yet.
See?
This is doing it
Yeah.
for me.
C tier.
I like C tier only for the horse.
Yeah, it's got a Hans on it, so.
Hans.
All right, so we got California. Now, I will say, I do think that this is an iconic design, but is it a
do we
good
think
one?
the font is carrying? Is the question is the font enough to carry this thing above doo-doo feces?
I'd say yes, but again, only because of how iconic this design is, and it's really only iconic because it's in so many movies.
Yeah.
I put it in D tier.
Yeah. We'll put it in doo-doo
In
feces.
fact, it might even go behind, like in front of Michigan, maybe
Yeah.
for me. Kansas.
Yeah, we had our Kansas, now we have Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah.
You gotta let me cook on these bits, Cal.
You telling me this Arkansas?
You-
All right, we got.
And you are subsequently telling me that Can could already saw?
Rav says on the California one, iconic is no excuse. Polio is also iconic, and you know what? I agree with that. I said it's iconic. I didn't say it was good. All right, so Kansas. It's got this like state seal. It's kind of zoomed in. It's giving like what's the kind of design thing I'm looking for? It's like modernish design where it's like, you know, simplified and it's
Yeah.
like zoomed in and
yeah. I see what you mean.
it's fine.
It's fine.
It's like a C tier.
I'll give them points for doing something with their state symbol that isn't boring.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll put it. We're putting it in D.
I put it in C.
Eh,
And then
And okay,
last one is Alabama.
honestly, pretty good. It's pretty good.
I like this one.
it's very
It's
good.
actually rendered art. It
Yeah.
looks good.
Yeah.
It looks good.
It's-
I put it
it's-
in S.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd
Like,
agree with that.
it's a full image.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, it's a full image. It's not. It doesn't have those weird opaque letters and numbers.
Yeah.
It's good.
yeah.
Oh.
Rav is saying C tier. I disagree. This one's a good one.
again, we're not grading the state.
Yes,
We're grading the art on the license plate.
specifically the license
Oh,
plates.
This
I
this
hate it.
list would
I
be
hate
very
it because it
different.
doesn't- I hate it because it doesn't have two siblings making out on it. Me when I'm wrong.
It doesn't have me kissing my sister on it. Sorry.
That's Alabama.
Uh,
All right, so that's another one done. We've
Yeah.
done two tonight, and
this was-
that one took us less time than the video
Wow.
game one, I
Good one.
think.
well, that's
I think
because
because
we
we
were
just-
rapid fire.
We made the conscious choice to just go one after another.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
that is true. We did do that. All right. So those are the only two that I had prepared for tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to
You
stop.
know, now that I have you two, Colleen and Josiah, there is something that I wanted to run by you guys as an idea, and I figured
Okay.
On stream.
chat should be here too to hear this as well.
Okay.
So, as we all know, we're not always able to meet all the time.
Yes.
Yes.
So, an idea, a fun thing I think that we could do sometime, is if we can't meet, we as individuals
hmm
should make our own tier lists and rank them individually, and then we can share them, kind of like a show and tell. A tier
Ah,
list show and
yeah.
tell.
Where we could do
We
each do
defend
the
our
same
positions.
tier
Like a
list.
PowerPoint?
And defend our positions. I think that could be really fun.
That's an interesting idea. I actually really
You
like
like
that. We'd have
No,
to
I-
we'd have to
yeah.
prepare all of these off stream, of course,
Of
and
course.
then we come
Yeah.
in and yeah, we could do that. I could what I could do too is I could compile them all into like a slideshow, like on a PowerPoint kind of thing, and then
Yeah, it'd
we
be
all
great.
kind of.
I think it'd be pretty fun.
That's a really good idea, and I think we should do that.
And
Yeah.
no, I'm gonna bring up the idea that you had. You very badly want to do a hear me out cake.
Yes. I've made a list over the past like couple of weeks since we mentioned it of characters that I've thought of like, yeah, that's going on the Hear Me Out.
Yeah.
Is that
I mean,
the thing
do I
we
even-
want to
Do I
defend?
even need to say who's gonna be on mine? You already know.
Yeah, I've already got
Yeah.
a feeling I know who's gonna be on your hear me out, Cal.
Yeah.
But as Rav says,
Y'all can't
peak.
go on. Yeah. Y'all y'all can go ahead and if you want to wrap up, you can go ahead and do so. I have to use the restroom, so I will just say follow my Twitch, follow my Blue Sky, follow my Tumblr, follow my TikTok. It's all Calicers.
Calicers, there's
I will see
the
y'all
shout out
later.
again.
Yeah.
So there's that. Yeah. I'm probably gonna go ahead and just end it here. I already have a feeling I know who I want to go raid if they are still live. So we'll see about that. But in the meantime, Colleen, Josiah, did you guys have anything you wanted to say?
Nope.
I don't think so. Just support public libraries. And stay educated and listen to the news. And yeah, I think that's it.
That's some pretty good advice. But make sure to get your news from multiple sources too, because
Yes, multiple accredited sources.
multiple accredited sources, and that's why this stream has been sponsored by Ground. No, I'm kidding. Force be with y'all. Yeah, and may the force be with you too, Rav. We're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the log off screen. We're gonna go Me boom boom boom. My news is from the voices in my mind. Oh no. All right.
My
So
news is from Common Sense.
here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go raid Real Deal Danger. They are doing a really cool thing over there. They're doing what they call the VG music playback. A bunch of people, myself included, actually, submitted a bunch of music over in Devon's Discord, and they're all kind of listening to it and kind of shooting the shit about it. So we're gonna go raid them. That's gonna be it from us. The vibes over there may be slightly different than they are over here, so just keep that in mind as you guys head on over there. So I'm gonna start that raid up, and then our raid message is you just pulled a turnip raid. So I'm gonna post that in chat. There we go. There's that. And you guys, are you guys good?
I'm good. Yeah.
Perfect. In that case,
Goodbye.
yeah. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Goodbye. Wow. All right, and